Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This is David Hodge. Welcome. This is a continuation of the 7 churches exposed. Today's topic, Satan. Alright, brothers and sisters. We must not forget that everything you see taking place today in the world is centered around our experience, centered around the Abrahamic covenant. Everything you see taking place in the world is centered around you, about what happened to you, and everyone who had a helping hand in your destruction. So we are in the time of consequence, judgment, where everybody is due for their actions, due consequence for their actions in helping destroy our people, destroy God's people, the black man and woman of America. So, it's my job to remind you, to enlighten you about our experience, because this is what it's all about. The Holocaust, which is the true experience of the black man and woman of America. But they whitewash it, calling it slavery, but it was more than slavery. It was servitude and affliction. You see, our experience was murder, rape, genocide, torture, torment, experimentation, misery, and oppression, 24/7 for 400 plus years. So it's important for you to understand that, because there's consequences that comes with what took place here in America, in those who had a helping hand in helping America destroy our people, which everybody had assisted in that process. So everything that you see happening in the world, with the wars and rumors of wars and things to come taking place in all these countries and in the Middle East, this is all from their consequence, from their actions. These are what you see taking place, is what they have done. And now they are receiving what they have dished out. And now they are under judgment. So things don't just happen because stuff just happens. I don't know. I can't control what happens. Yes, you can. By your actions. By what you do. Because you reap what you sow. That's the most fundamental principle of the universe. Every action has a reaction. So everybody you see them experiencing hardship or war or friction and conflict, and they're into it with other people, and they're going through trials and whatever you say, tribulations. They're going through certain situations that's difficult, right? That's impacting their nations. They're due these consequences because of their actions, due to what they've done. They're being evaluated. They're being judged for what they've done and their participation in the destruction of the black man and woman of America. So I just want to make sure that is a clear understanding, because they teach you just the opposite. That we don't know why things happen. Everything's invisible. You don't know. Stuff just happens. God's the one in control. Nothing happens without the will of Allah. Nothing happens without the permission of God. You see, that's all spooky. Everything's mathematics. Everything's about consequence. Nothing happens unless you are the one that caused it. You see, you are the one responsible for your own actions. And everybody has participated in our destruction, so now destruction is headed their way. Everybody has pushed us down to the ground, and now we you see, they push themselves to bring themselves up. So guess what now? Now guess what we about to do? We're going to do the opposite. We're going to push them down to bring ourselves up, because now everybody's due what was done to us. That's where we are in time. You see? And no one wants to see that happen. So everybody's digging a deeper consequence, a degree of consequence for themselves, because they don't want to see this happen. They want to see you dead. They want to see you. They didn't ever think you would endure this process. And everybody is working to help destroy you and eliminate you, because you are their judgment. You are the reason why they're about to go through a shift in their life, and things are not going to be good for these other nations. So they're not ready to make that switch. They're not ready to take accountability and take responsibility for what they've done and accept their consequence. So what do? When you're trying to gain control, keep control. If you're losing control, trying to gain control, you're going to fight like hell to keep and maintain that control. You do whatever it takes to eliminate the consequence coming. So black men and women of America, you are their consequence. You are the ones to do it. And they're going to do everything in their power to keep you down, and in the same breath eliminate you and help the enemies. Well, everybody's your enemies at this point. So everybody's trying to do away with you, because no one's ready to give up what they have, and everybody has exploited and used you to put themselves in a position, put themselves in a position in life. They're doing well off you, basically. Off your enslavement, off your name, off your land, you see, everybody's utilizing you. But no one wants to stand up for you. No one wants to admit that what happened here in America was the worst thing ever. The most horrific thing that ever had taken place in history. They give the Holocaust a position before you, and that wasn't jack. And what happened to them, they deserved. You see? Because they betrayed their own country. They betrayed Germany during World War I and helped the British win that war. So that's why he's getting burnt up. You see? They're being burnt up because they betrayed their people, which is a universal concept for traitors, to eliminate them. So they played that sympathy card. They played that boo-hoo, me, why me? Because, like we said, our reality is based off consequence. Nothing happens for no reason. Stuff don't just happen. It happens because you did it. You see? So they want to keep you in la la land, fairy tale land, make believe town. They want to keep you with philosophies and made up crap. They want you to play like we don't know why stuff is going on. We don't know why things happen. We just pray to God and hope and wish and pray and but we see keep you try to destroy your thinking. By thinking illogical, by not thinking, by not asking questions, you see, by terrorizing you, making your heart weak, which makes your thinking, which affects your thinking, which makes you see, you got a weak heart, you have weak thoughts, you produce weak thoughts, and if they can strip you of who you are and give you who they want, keep your education level low, keep your vocabulary low, keep your exposure of elevating your knowledge, or you know what I'm saying, or access to knowledge, to good information, then it affects your thinking. It affects how you how you process information and how you arrive at the answer when there's questions. You see, if there's let's say there's you're trying to figure out something and you only have the bad information that your enemy gives you. These devils, demons, Satan, so forth, so on. These people giving you information, they're the ones giving you information, which is tailored to your destruction. So every answer you get is going to be based off something that's not true, that's false, that's tailored to keep you enslaved and afflicted and oppressed and keeping you to maintain your programming. You see, to continue to gain control and rule over you, so you'll be a slave forever, and you'll never be set free, and you'll always think you're worthless and nothing, and you see that these people are more superior than you. So that's how it's all set up. So they're the ones calling the shots. They're the ones telling you this is what you need to believe, and you need to and that's why our people are in the position we are in, because these people are purposely, deliberately sabotaging you with bad information. And that's why you must be able to identify your enemies, or you are your own enemy. So that's what we do. That's what we're doing here. Telling you that, massa, that we were programmed when we were brought here. They turned us into Christians to destroy our mind, destroy our brain, to weaken your heart with fear, to destroy your thinking, to keep your level of thinking lower than theirs so they maintain control over you, to constantly terrorize and make you miserable, and you see, continuously attack you and fill your mind up with what they want you to believe, to implement what they want you to believe and how they want you to act, and have their demon children. You see, from the rape of the black woman, half devil, half man, wolves in sheep clothing, represent you and show you the ropes so you can be like them. Fools, clowns, pimps, hoes, dummies, retards. You see, so no one wants to fool with you. So no one respects you. No one gives a damn about you. You see? So these are the things that they are doing to our nation to keep us in this position where once because their agenda is to wipe you out. Their agenda is to eliminate you. So they're building this image. So once they finally pull the plug on you, no one gives a damn. Because you was a bunch of idiots and clowns and ignorant, lazy people anyway, who was a bunch of consumers who depended on other people's ability. Depended on other people's labor, or depending on other people's products, because you couldn't do nothing for yourself. So they have put us in this position where we became dependent instead of independent, learning how to do for self. You see, demons have helped massa destroy you by telling you to be a football player, basketball player, invest your energy in being a damn clown that can't produce nothing. You see, that doesn't give you real life traits to survive and know how to do for self, knowing how to, farm and how to build and how to engineer and how to, know about physics and chemistry and stuff that produce things. They want you to be a dummy. They want you to be a damn lab rat. They want you to be a guinea pig, or they want you to be a damn a race dog. You see? So the job is to take you out of that avenue of thinking, take you from the devil, how the devil taught you, and give you, knowledge of self, show you, lead you to the right steps in the right direction, which is our vision, which is the Abraham covenant. Explain to you that everything that's going on is centered around you, centered around your covenant, centered around what these people have done to you, waking you up, giving you the ability to see what's going on right in front of you. You see, start putting forth the effort in investing in yourself and stop investing in the American dream, which is totally against you 100%, which is tailored to your destruction, which the enemy wants you to stay in that lane, because that lane comes with a casket. You see? So brothers and sisters, what they tell you, always second guess it, always question it, always review it. Review anything anybody say. Always research and look up stuff for yourself, but make sure it make logical sense. It make logical sense. Don't say, oh, that's too good to be true. Sometimes look into it. If that sounds good, keep going further. Keep listening. Keep your ears open and keep looking for the logic in it. Just keep looking for if it make mathematical sense. If these things add up, keep searching and keep listening. Don't say, oh, don't listen to him because because they put up blockers. They gave you the devil's mind. They gave you the mind that they want you to have to destroy yourself. So don't allow what they told you to block information that's helpful to you, because they've given you bad information. They told you stuff was invisible. They told you devils and demons and Satan and stuff is invisible, but they're not. They're physical people. They're the devils. You see? Devils are the ones who brought us here, took us from our land, enslaved us, and afflicted us, raped our women, and produced their demons. Half devil, half man. Tar babies. Black on the outside, white in the inside. And they're cancer to our nation. They're destroying our nation from within. You see? That's powerful right there. That raises your level of thinking just that fast. Boom. That's what they don't want. They don't want you to have this information. They don't want you to know Satan and Lucifer and angels are physical people. You see? Because you see now, look at that. Look at you. You gaining traction. You see? Now oh, dang, you was going the wrong way. I see what's going on now. It's all clear. Now I turned around. I'm headed the right direction. I'm getting the hell out of here. You see? I don't want nothing to do with these people. Look what they did to us. Look, you'd be a fool to stay here. You see, in a land who raped and murdered your ancestors and raped your women and children and tormented and tortured you. Said you'd be a fool to stay here in the land of your imprisonment. You see? So that's what we're doing, brothers and sisters. Waking you up, giving you the good information. Taking what they told you and taking it and putting it in the trash, erasing that out your brain. Giving you the right information, the good software to upload the information you're going to be successful to escape this reality, which is coming to an end. The fall of America, that's what they say, right? It's going to be burnt up, it's going to be nuked. And anything that's nuked is going to be devoured. This whole place is going to be uninhabitable. So anything you invested in, including yourself, is going to be burnt up. You're going to be disintegrated in it. So it'd be wise, right? That's what they say, to save yourself, to invest in yourself, to invest in your vision, which they don't want you to have, because they know that the people without a vision will perish. You see? And that's exactly what they want for you. That's exactly why they gave the American dream, which is a nightmare for you. You see? So like I said, simple concepts like the devils, demons, Satan, and physical people. You see? So that's what this book, the seven churches, do. Expose your enemies. Tell you how to get through the tribulations. Because our people had to go through tribulations because we were deceived by the devil, by Satan. We was deceived. And we were deceived by the son of a devil, Louis Farrakhan. You see, the fall causer, the one who destroyed the nation, who eliminated everything that the nation had, that the messenger had built in place to help the black man become successful and be on his way out, to completely separate from his enemies and do for self and be prepared for the messenger of the covenant to take you home. But he got in the way of that. He got between that, and they deceived the saints. They deceived our people, which end up now our people have been deceived, and a lot of our people are now lost from the lack of knowledge because they let a demon, a half devil, half man, a son of a devil, come in and interfere on getting this message to our people, to save our people for this time that we're in now, the time of unprecedented trouble, a time like no other, never will there be, the worst time, worse than our own experience. See? So that's what this is about. Waking you up, giving you this knowledge. You see, exposing our enemies. And Satan, which is false Israel, is one of those enemies of many. He has stolen your identity. He has stolen your birthright. He is living off your name, claiming to be you, and he's saying that you're nothing. Because if he's claiming to be you, then who are you? Oh, you're the other guy. Oh, you're cursed. Oh, you're hated by God. Oh, yeah, God hates you himself. So guess what? No one gives a damn about you. You see? Because that's the picture they're painting. That's what they want everybody to believe, that you're nobody. Nobody gives a damn about you. So do whatever they want, because it says bless those who bless Israel. So Israel is false Israel. So we're going to bless Israel. We're going to continue to bless Israel, and to hell with you, because who are you? A bunch of savages who we civilized and saved, who God wouldn't even save himself, and now you're nothing. You see, because you don't do nothing, you ain't nothing. And that's what they wanted you to do. That's what they wanted you to do. That's the position they put you in. You see? With the help of these demons and these and Satan. Satan is the one who is causing our people to act this way. You see? He's the one that he's the one who has controlled the mainstream media of the industry. He's the one in Hollywood that's putting together the movies and the sounds and the things, and everything has to be approved through Satan, false Israel. They gotta approve it. They're the ones in control of what you hear, what you see, your programming. You see, they're the ones in control of destroying you. They're the ones who had a helping hand in destroying you. They're the ones have you committing fornication, eating things sacrificed to idols, and committing fornication, meaning to consume bad information. And once you consume bad information, now you produce. Now your actions are produced from that bad information. So now you're acting other than self. Now you're demon possessed by their demons in the industry, who they have you looking up to, who you always looked up to, because those are the role models, and those are people they set in place, the entertainers, the politicians, the sports players, the whatever. You see? All the people that's in the entertainment business, the actors, the this, the that, you see everybody that's in your face that you see doing well in this reality, you want to get a piece of the pie. But you understand that's masses children. So they're the ones representing you, and they're the ones, they have you chasing the American dream, which is tailored to your destruction, which false Israel is the one in control of it. You see? They're the ones who personally put in and funded the slave trade to destroy you. They're the ones who made blackface, who made a living off acting a damn fool making fun of you. And they want you to bless Israel, pray for Israel, do all these things for Israel. To hell with Israel. To hell with false Israel. Because they impersonating you. They've stolen your identity, which is causing hell in your life. Because who are you? Because everybody claim to be you. So nobody respects you. Nobody gives a damn about you. Nobody thinks twice about blessing you because it said bless Israel. So they're considered God's chosen people. You see? But they're not. They're false. You see? So we're here to highlight that. Expose it. Address it. You see? Telling you that false Israel is Satan. That's what the scriptures say. That's what the actions show. You see? Because they the ones in control. They're the ones in this reality calling the shots. Anybody don't listen to them, America attacks them. You see? So, it said what? It said Satan was the god of this world. It said as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deeper than Satan. You see how this world's set up? Murdering, killing, stealing, cheating, lying, drug overdose. You see? It goes on and on. This sound like a world of, this sound like God's Jesus world? A world of Jesus? Or it sound like a world of Satan? That's what it said. It says Satan is the God of this world. And it says what? As many ones as not are having the teaching this. Of the seven churches, who not they knew the things deeper than Satan. That Satan invested in your destruction. That he's the one causing you to act other than yourself. That he was the one that was in disguise of you. He was in disguise as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan. You see? That is million followers of Jesus Christ, but Jesus didn't have many followers. So who the hell are they following? It says Satan is God of this world. With the image they paint for you, they show you a Caucasian man with blue eyes and long hair. But it's a sin for a man to have long hair. And Jesus wasn't pale. He was black with hair like lamb's wool. So they got the picture all wrong. And he was never crucified on a stick. You see? So that image you see on the cross, the image you see that person on the cross is Satan. That's the bronze serpent on a stick. If you understand, that's in your language. Either way it go, that's Satan. That's false Israel. That's Christianity. Christianity have you believing in Satan. They have you blessing Israel. They have you worshiping Israel. Have you worshiping false idols. Have you worshiping people who hate you. Okay, let's say it like this. Let's say you do believe in Jesus. You believe Jesus with all your might. Well, these people hate Jesus. They said Jesus, they don't believe in Jesus. They don't respect Jesus. They don't do nothing. They believe that Jesus is in hell burning his own piss and feces. This is how they feel. This is what they practice in their synagogues. It's what they practice in their homes and their communities. They don't give a damn about your Jesus. So why is America backing up these same people who they say trust in God? You must believe in Jesus, your Lord and Savior. You see? Why they tell you all these things, but then they partner with these people who hate your God, hate your Jesus. Because they're all wicked devils. They say anything to keep control, to maintain control over you, to keep you programmed from thinking, to keep you tied up and enslaved with their thoughts that's keeping you tied down from elevating. They don't give a damn about none of that stuff. That's all to keep you enslaved, to keep you confused, to constantly mislead you. You see, but they're utilizing mathematics. They're utilizing pressure and force to get these things done. They're not relying on God and Jesus. People calling on America. You see, America using technology. You see, nobody's depending on God. False Israel's using America. Everybody's calling on the house of side to fuel their realities. You see, America and Britain is depending on the house of side to fuel their realities with oil. You see, no one's depending on God. They're depending on each other to continue to destroy you. You see? They're all in collaboration in your destruction. You see? So that's what's said. There's many ones that's not or having a teaching this who not they knew the things deeper to Satan. That what? Satan, who is the God of this world, has blinded their minds who they don't believe. It's Satan. They believe he's Jesus. They believe he's God. They believe that they're saved. They think they're okay. And it says what? They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message because they've been deceived by Satan, which is the teaching of this. 7 churches, which is from the book of Revelations, which is the Injil, which is the brightest light for this time. The only light for this time that's going to guide you through this time of intense darkness that your enemies is plotting to destroy you. It's going to be more intense than your own experience. All right, brothers and sisters, I want to play a clip real quick. I want you to listen to this audio. This is how these devils think. This is how they think because they set the structure up like that. So this is how they people think. They really think this way. You know, they think that false Israel is God's chosen people, but they're not. They're false. But they believe in these things because this is their, like we spoke about, their safety net, their mental balance, their being balance, this is their mind frame. This is their therapy. This is how they walk around copacetic, cool, calm, feeling good about themselves, reassuring themselves that they're good because they're blessing Israel. You see, no matter what the hell Israel did, right? So let's just play it.
And forget what the news is saying. God's chosen people are the Israelites. With that being said, continue to pray for them. Forget what everybody else is saying. Continue to pray for Israel. In Psalm 122, verse 4 through 6, it even says it. And for those of you who don't know the verse, I will gladly read it to you. All of the tribes of Israel, the Lord's people, make their pilgrimage here. They come to give thanks to the name of the Lord, as the law requires of Israel. Here stand the thrones where judgment is given, the thrones of the dynasty of David. Pray for peace in Jerusalem. May all who love this city prosper. With that being said, stop thinking that humans, what they say, is the truth, because nothing but God's word is the truth. And for those who continue to laugh about what's going on in Israel, just remember, you are messing with God's chosen people. And forget.
All right, brothers and sisters. So you heard what that devil said. Pray for Israel. Pray for peace in Israel. To hell with what everybody's saying. To hell with what the media said. To hell with their actions. You see? To hell with them blowing up innocent women and children, blowing up children. Even though they had another way to do it, they had another tactic. They could have went about it a different way, a better, precise way to get the enemy. Oh, to hell with it. Now blow them up, blow everybody up. They hiding behind innocent women and children. Blow them up. You see? Show them we ain't playing around. We don't give a damn about those people. Blow them up. You see? So to hell with these people oppressing, still killing, destroying, and oppressing people for 70 plus years and moving them off their land and stealing people's land and putting them in a confined area, putting them in concentration camps and putting them under siege, preventing them from getting natural resources and stuff that they need to survive. To hell with that, you see? Because those God's people, they do what they want. You going against God's people, so you deserve to be punished. You see, this is the avenue they're going at. This is how they built it up. Because you're messing with God's people. So to hell with what everybody's talking about. Listen to what God said. Listen to what Jesus said. You see? Don't pay attention to what's going on with what they're doing. Because everybody's messing with them. You see? But why are they under attack? Because they're losing control. They're losing credibility. They're being crushed. They're under pressure. They're under judgment. You see? No longer the image that they claim is fitting their actions. They claim to be an angel of light, but now they've been exposed as wicked, evil, twisted people. Satan, you see? But like these devils say, listen to God, listen to Jesus, listen to what he said, right? So let's do that. Because, you see, they bring up any verse they want to bring up to justify their crap. To say, this is why you should do this, because this is what the scriptures say. So they believe in one part, don't believe in the other. As soon as you bring up another part, now they say, oh, it's corrupted. Oh, man did something to it. Oh, no. You can't pick one piece and then decide which piece you want to use and then say to hell with the rest. You have to believe in it all. You don't believe in none. You see? So let's go into what God said. So didn't God say, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep of Satan, that even Satan would disguise himself as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan, who Satan is the God of his word, who blinded our people and deceived them. And they weren't able to see the glorious light of this good news because they didn't understand, because they couldn't understand and see the message because Satan was blocking the way. He had demons and devils blocking the way. Had everybody in the way blocking the message. And then it say what? It says that what? What it say about Satan? It identifies that false Israel Satan. It says what? I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. Lying about what? Being Jews. And it said what? They're synagogues. Who has synagogues? The Jews. They're worshiping centers of what? Satan. And then what Jesus said? Jesus said in the blasphemy, which is the same thing as lying, which is an act or speaking or acting against God, is a violation against God. It said out of the blasphemy, out of the one saying Jews, again, to be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. You see? So that's what God said about them. He said they were Satan. As many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deeper than Satan. That Satan was masquerading as an angel of light, but he was indeed Satan. He stole the identity of God's chosen people here, captive in America. And it says, what about these devils and Satan? It says the Jews and Greeks, they are all under sin. That's judgment. You see, it's as it is written. They were under judgment. And they knew what time it was. That's why they acted in the manner they acted, because they knew that time was short, because the plague was supposed to pass over them in 2020. But it didn't. So they knew exactly what time it was. They were taught Exodus out the womb. They knew exactly what was going on. So it says they are all under sin. There is none that's righteous. No, not one. There is none that understand. They can't, because their ways are different. Their nature is different. They don't think the way we think. So they don't see what we say. So they can't understand. It says there is none who seek after God. Because if they did, they wouldn't have did what they did. They had no fear of consequence before their eyes. Meaning they had no fear of consequence. Right. Because if they did, they wouldn't have did what they did to you. Because that came with consequence. That came with, if you touch them, if you do anything to them, you'll surely die. They didn't give a damn. And so now they're on their way back for seconds. You see? So they can't seek after God, because if they did, they wouldn't have did that. They wouldn't have bit the hand that fed them, that brought them into existence. You see, it comes with consequence. And it says they have all turned aside. They are together become worthless. You see, all together they have all become worthless. And it says there is none that does good, no, not so much as one. So this is speaking about these devils. Satan, demons, all these, they're all the same race. They're all devils. You see? There's levels to it. You see? But they're all devils. They all variations of Adam. You see who we submitted to? They all come from the seed of the devil. You see? And that's what Jesus said. He said, your father's the devil. That's what he told the Jews. He said, he told them that your father was a man killer, made to make mischief and shed blood. You see, weak and wicked. That your ways was contrary from the fathers. That your ways weren't of the fathers. It was of the seed of the devil. Your ways was of the devil. You see, to make mischief and bloodshed. You see, and they wanted to stone Jesus because he was telling the truth. See, and they knew. But they didn't see it the way he seen it. They seen it opposite because, like I said, they don't understand. They can't because they're oppressing us, but our ways are oppressive to them. You see? So they see it the way they see it. You see? So, but this is what it is. They can see it however they want to see it. Their father's the devil. You see? And what did God say? What did Jesus say? You see? Are you calling God a liar? Are you calling Jesus a liar? Don't you believe in Jesus' words? Don't you believe it's 100% accurate and precise and right on time? Don't you believe in these things? Or are you a hypocrite? Believe in one thing and don't believe in the other? Because it's clear here, and it's clear by their actions who they are. They're Satan. You see? So let's move on to the Abrahamic covenant. This is the black man and woman of America's true vision, which they don't share with you because it says what? A people without a vision will perish. So they don't give it to you. They were taught to not give you your vision. They were taught to lead you in the wrong direction. They were taught to teach you what the Europeans want you to know, which is tailored to your destruction, which is this American dream, which is fairy tale, make-believe, which is Christianity, hell and heaven in a spiritual place that you can't see or you can't go to. Or nobody ever came back from and told you to exist from the dead. No one's ever came back from the dead and said, boy, you don't want to go to hell. Oh, boy, I made it to heaven. Because it's all crap. It's all bull crap to terrorize and torment you and psychologically mess you up. You see? Destroy you. It's all these things that destroy you. But however, let's stay focused, right? So these people claim to be the seed of Abraham, right? The world structure around the idea that false Israel is the true seed of Abraham. So they should be able to fit this description like a glove down to a T, right? But they don't. They don't match it at all. You see? So which will indicate that they're not who they claim to be. So let's get to it. It says, know of a surety that thy seed shall be sojourners in the land that is not theirs. So right off the bat, it says the seed of who? It said, and God said unto Abram. So God speaking to Abraham. He's calling him Abram because he was split from the seed until he united, and then he'd be called Abraham again. So he's speaking to Abraham. He says, know of a surety means to be certain that thy seed of Abraham. They're not the seed of Abraham. They're the seed of the devil. See, that's what Jesus said. And it said what? There'll be temporary land that is not theirs. Okay, so they claim to be the Israelites. They claim to had been delivered out of Egypt. So, okay. They said they'll be there temporarily. That's in the east, right? Egypt's in the east. So they went from Egypt to Palestine. So isn't that still in the east? Ain't that next door, that across the street? They said you'll be in the land temporarily. That's not yours. But you're still the same land. You're supposed to go from east to west or west to east. So this is another indication that you're not who you claim to be. You see? And it says what? That the seed of Abraham would go through servitude and affliction for how many years? For 400 years. So didn't the Jews only go through the Holocaust for 5-6 years or so and was burnt up and put into the damn smoke things, whatever happened to them? Gas chambers, right? And they were killed by their own people, right? So, but either way it went, you're supposed to go through 400 years of servitude and affliction, not 5-6 years or so, whatever the hell y'all went through. You see, it don't match up with this. And then on top of that, Jesus said the truth shall set you free. This is when Jesus had a conversation with the Jews, and they said, "What do you mean? What are you talking about? This? What do you mean?" You see, they can comprehend, they don't understand. Like I said, none understands. What do you mean by this free? We were never in bondage to any man. They were never enslaved. They told on themselves when they didn't understand, and they told that they were never enslaved. And it said what? To be qualified to be a seed of Abraham, you had to go through servitude and affliction, which they claim they've never been into bondage to any man, which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. And it says what? Also that nation whom they serve will I judge. So whoever the hell was doing whatever they was doing to them should be under judgment. So why are they under judgment? Why are they the ones under judgment? Soon 1619, 2019, the 400 years, 2020, the year the plague hit, the plague that would kill the firstborn, meaning the elders would pass over those with the lamb's blood, meaning you had to have the same DNA as the lamb for it to pass over you. But it didn't pass over these devils. It didn't pass over these Caucasians. It didn't pass over Satan. It didn't pass over false Israel. They were dropping like flies. The demons, and they half devil, half men, the demon children, it didn't pass over them either. So it made it seem like we were dropping like flies, but it was their demon children. But guess who it did pass over? Pass over Africa, pass over Hades, which those are our brothers. They had the same DNA as us, so which will indicate that it was passing over us, which you can check the World Health Organization. You see, but they didn't want that information out. But they knew around this time because they were taught the Bible from the womb. They were taught this is their guidance. So they knew when that plague didn't pass over them. You see, they were under judgment. But you see, somebody supposed to be under judgment that they was under servitude and affliction of, right? But they the ones under judgment. So they knew exactly what time it was. Their days were short and they had to bust a move. So that's why you see that. That's why you see them in a frantic. That's why you see them panicking. So you see them because they're losing control. They're under pressure. They're being crushed because they're being exposed. They're being attacked. No one's buying their crap. That's why they're hitting everybody with anti-Semitism. But they're the anti-Semites. They're the anti-Christ. They're the ones against the God's people. They claim to be something they're not, but they're Satan. You see? So they're against the seed of Abraham, claiming to be the seed of Abraham. They in violation, direct violation of claiming to be something they're not. And the scripture backs it up. Their actions back it up. And they're under judgment, which someone else is supposed to be, but they're the ones that's under judgment. And they knew exactly what time it was. So this is another indication they're not who they claim to be. And then it says what? After this, after it says, and also the nation whom they serve will I judge, and afterwards they shall come out. So come out what? Ain't they already in Palestine? Ain't they already claiming that the Bible is past tense, that these things already took place, but they haven't? Because we're living out the Bible, we're living out Exodus, meaning to exit. So it said we come out around this time, around the time we're in now. So why the hell are they already sitting in Palestine? See? Because they took the land. And what did it say? Didn't God say he gonna give them the land? He gonna give thy seed the land? And what they do? They went over there and took it by force. They went over there and took it and pushed them people off their land and oppressed and made them miserable. You see? And then said they're supposed to have peace. But they haven't had a day of peace since they've been over there. They built walls and all that over there. You see? And also, it says down here in this covenant where God would give them the land, the seed of Abraham. He says, unto thy seed I have given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Check the map in the Middle East. You check these coordinates. That's Arabia. So they're supposed to be sitting in Great Arabia. But where they sitting at? They sitting in Little Palestine. They sitting in Jerusalem, which is another indication that they're not who they claim to be. That they're Satan. You see? They're sitting in the wrong land. They're sitting in the wrong place. They're sitting in the land where they should not be sitting. You see? That's an abomination within itself. You see? Not supposed to happen. That's not where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be in Great Arabia. But guess who's sitting there? The House of Saud. And who put them there? The British. They put them on the throne to ensure America and Britain with cheap oil to keep their realities thriving, to keep their realities fueled. Because here in America, this is an industrial complex. This is a machine that needs oil to run. You see? So it solely depends on oil to thrive. So they put people that they could trust in place, which was the House of Saud, in place to ensure them with cheap oil to keep their reality going. And so they're the ones sitting on our land. You see? Them and the Sunnis sitting on our land. But that's where they're supposed to be, right? So everybody's got a place. Everybody's doing what they want to do. You see? And America's sitting in the worst part of the planet Earth. Because they taking resources from Africa. They taking stuff from our people. They getting fuel from the Middle East. You see? So everybody, they claim we're stupid and dumb, but how did you land here on the worst part of the planet Earth? You see? And the Africans over there in the best part of the planet Earth. So who sounds stupid? Who sounds dumb? You see? Who's smarter? You see? So anyway, let's not get carried away. Like I explained, they did not fit the description of the Abraham covenant, which is a clear indication that they're not who they claim to be. It says those who claim to be Jews, but they are not. They are Satan. You see? Here's more further proof that they're not who they claim to be. This is their name, false Israel. Let's take a look at false. False means not true, means phony, means fake, means fiction, means not real. You see? Who would name themselves false Israel, which would be another indication that they're not who they claim to be. False Israel is not real. So check out these vowels. These vowels should be swapped. That's not how you spell real. This is how you spell real. Anything that's real, we spell Israel, which is another indication that false Israel is not real. It's just that simple, brothers and sisters. They the Jewish people, right? They're the ones that claim to be Jews, but they're not. But they're Satan, right? So they wish they were Jews. They wish that they weren't Satan. You see, they wish that it was God's chosen people. They can wish all they want, but we know nothing ever come out of wishes and prayers, and you can do all that you want, but nothing has ever come from prayers and wishing. You see, that's all illusions of power to make you feel good, to make you feel like you're doing something. You know, to instill some hope in you. But nothing has ever come from wishes and hopes and prayers and all these things. No, it comes from mathematics. Come from consequence. You see, technology, stuff we brought into existence, science. You see, so they wish they were Jews, but they're not. They're Satan. And if you look at this suffix word "ish," what does that mean? That means a little bit, not exactly, somewhat, sort of, kinda, like mankind, kind of like a man. You see, so it's like not really. You see, so they're Jewish, meaning that they're not Jews. You see, which would be another indication. So they can wish that they was Jews and all that, but they're not. They're Satan. And the word Jew came from the word Judah, which is the original tribe out of Africa. It's a Levite tribe, which is a priest tribe. That's the original tribe. So they wish they were original. They wish they was the tribe. They wish they was the tribe of Judah, which is the seed of Abraham. So they wish they were the seed of Abraham, but their father's the devil. You see? So they're Satan. So brothers and sisters, this is the information that these devils don't want you to have. This is the information that they don't want you to know. They don't want to be exposed. They don't want nobody to know who they are, because false Israel was set up intentionally to prove that we weren't the true seed of Abraham, that they were, and we weren't. You see? So why they do that? Because the messenger came and proclaimed that we were the true seed of Abraham. So guess what? American Britain countered his claim by setting up Israel, false Israel, to protect themselves from being discovered. They hide behind Israel. That's the mask they hide behind, that we're hidden. You see, that we're dressing and highlighting, beating and chipping the face at that mask and peeling back and breaking the mask and revealing Satan that they're hiding behind. Because once the mask is broken in there, it reveals them. You see, it's going to reveal them, the ones being that they use this mask to protect themselves from being discovered as wicked, devils, sick individuals who was and still are tormenting God's people. You see? So false Israel is not who they claim to be. They are false. They are not the seed of Abraham. They are Satan, who was set up by these devils to steal our ID, our identity, our heritage, to steal our inheritance, for you to not realize that the Abraham covenant fit you, that you were blessed, that you would get out of here, that you had a reward. You see, to steal your reward, rob our nation of our reward, you see, and give it to them. And then they do away with us, you see, because we nobody, right? But we are blessed. We are the blessed people, which is going to be exposed. Which if that's going to be exposed, then that tells you more information. How will we be exposed? How will they know that we are the true seed of Abraham? How will that be identified? Because that's when it says false Israel will be destroyed. You see? That's how. And that's the upcoming event. The imminent war with Iran and false Israel. You see? Because the guy's going to go to war. First, he's going to set it off. Him and his angels. Iran and Syria. Masra Muhammad. Iran and Syria. His angels. And the house aside, which is the dragon. And his angels, which is American Britain and false Israel. The dragon and his angels are going to be defeated. And then after they're defeated, American Britain is going to be kicked out of the Middle East. So they're the ones helping false Israel, right? So false Israel is no longer going to have any help, no longer going to have any supplies. And it said that they'll inherit everything that they say. So they claiming that they're going to do this, and they're going to defeat people, and they're going to put people on the siege and deprive people of natural resources and heat and electricity and food and all these things. And they had one sucker, right? So it said they inherit everything they say. So now American Britain's kicked out, the House side is defeated. Now they no longer have any fuel, you see? And false Israel is now under siege. That puts them in a position now where they're vulnerable. And it says what? It says when you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, know that their destruction is near. So who controls Jerusalem? Jerusalem is the capital of what? It's false Israel, which means that they're going to be destroyed, not redeemed or punished. They're going to be destroyed. So that proves that they're not the true seed of Abraham, because it said what? Because when God removed them, it said once God placed them in their land, they are not to be uprooted or removed. So if they are uprooted and removed, then that means what? That means that they're not who they claim to be. That means that they were imposters, that they were phonies. You see? Here this is. The destruction of false Israel. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, here the armies are. Here's Britain and America. They kicked out. This is the fall of America. America's about to be burnt up. And either way it goes, it said once God placed them in their land, they're not to be uprooted or removed. So if that happens, then that indicates that they're not who they claim to be. Then that's abomination. We mean that's not supposed to happen. Desolation is their destruction. So if that happens, you understand what I'm saying? The reality is set up around the idea that they're the true seed of Abraham. So if that's destroyed, that's their mind. That's how they function. That's their safety net. That's their mental balance. Their being of balance. That's their comfort zone. That's their therapy. That's what's keeping them mellow and cool, right? Calm, collected, thinking they're good. Thinking they're good by God because they're the spiritual seed of Abraham. And they're supposed to be, when God comes back to destroy his enemies, they're going to be, when the rapture comes, they're going to be sent up into heaven. They're going to float off into heaven with their forefathers. So if this idea here is destroyed, then that means that they're exposed. Because remember, Satan, false Israel, is the mask they're hiding behind. So if that mask is penetrated and broke and destroyed, now they're exposed for being wicked people. Now they're exposed for right. So now they're exposed for people who have enslaved and raped children and women and have oppressed God's people. You see, use them as gator bait and burnt them alive and terrorized them from the womb to the grave. You see, and have changed us 100%, which reflects the hatred that they have for you. You see, stolen your name, your culture, your land, your religion, took everything from you and completely dehumanized you past imaginable, and even took your humanity from you. You see, stolen your humanity. It made you 3/5 of a human. You see, it made you lower than dogs, lower than animals, treat you worse than dirt, fed you pig shit. You see, and now, if that's exposed, then now, who's the true seed of Abraham? You. You see? And now that's a problem because it said curse those who curse Israel. So now they realize now that they're in trouble, that they're under judgment. See? So it's going to send shockwaves through the planet, which is going to send red flags through their minds, and they're going to go insane. They went from being totally sane to now knowing that they're insane, psychopaths and sociopaths. You see? And now they're running to go get rid of that idea because they can't let that idea spread, because now they're coming to gain control. Because they lose control, they kind of come gain control. And then, if you do a crime, no evidence, if no evidence, then right, in the crime, you don't want evidence. Evidence is bad. They can prove that you did it, then you're guilty. So no evidence is good. So they're coming to get rid of the evidence. They come and get rid of you. And you are the personification of their judgment. It says now that's what time we're in. Remember? They did all these things to you. Now it's time for you to do it to them. And so they cut your tongue out. And now you're here to cut their tongue out. You see? And you're the one in control of their judgment. Now they know that their forefathers and their mothers are not in heaven. They're on their way to hell where they are. And you're the ones in control of their judgment. And now they know that they have to come kill you. They know now they have to get at at you because you're the one that's making these things happen. The people they hated, they couldn't take it. They couldn't believe that you are this and they're this. They couldn't come to that realization, but now it's at the forefront. Now it's become a reality. Now that's become the truth. And now they have to see the mirror for the first time. They're hideous monsters. You see wicked devils. And now they're like a cat in the corner, and they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose, so they reach out from their grave and they take you with them. You see? So you think about what they did to you during the Holocaust, and they had everything. It said, what do you think they do to you when they have nothing and you have everything? That says when an envier becomes envious and he hates you, he's full of wrath and hate because you about to go off to get a reward who he hated the most and never gave you jack, and he's about to get nothing but hell, and now he's back in the corner and you've never seen him in this type of light. That's why it's a time of unprecedented trouble, a time like no other, never will there be, something that you can't even prepare for because it's going to be intense. You see how wicked they was when they had everything. Now imagine how wicked they're going to be when they're fighting for their lives. You see? And it says that also that, like I said, the House of Side was defeated. So the Middle East was, the American Britain was kicked out. And then false Israel was under siege and destroyed. So Iran and Syria had taken over the Middle East. That's an authority switch. So now they have control of the oil. So now America don't have any oil. You see, America can't get any oil. They can't get it from Russia because they threw Russia under the bus, claiming that they helped Iran win the war against false Israel. So they're not going to have any oil. You understand? And their allies are going to turn against them. Their friends are going to turn against them because they're not going to be in that position to starve and die and freeze to death. So they're going to partner with Russia. So then now America's going to lose all their friends, and their friends are going to turn against them. And now they're going to be here, you see, and they're going to be here with no oil because all the oil, the rest of the oil they had, they give it to Britain. You see, because Britain going to war with China, they're gearing up for war. So they're going the rest of the fuel is going to the army, going to the military, going to them to try to prepare to fight back. They're going to lose. They're going to be destroyed too. You see, but that's still their line of defense. They have to fuel them. They have to do whatever they have to do to get their soldiers the fuel they need to fight back. But America's going to be here with no food. They're going to be in a famine of a shortage of resources to no resources to the point where it's a famine. You see, nothing. They're not going to have any electricity, no food, no nothing. They're going to be cold, starving, and all these things. And you're involved. And it says what? You're 3/5 of a human. And what does that mean? That means they classify you as an animal. So when there's no food, who do you think they're going to put on the table? It's you. That's why it says flee. Around this time, when you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, right here, when you see this, Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, and they're under siege, it says flee. It says don't go into your house. Don't go back and get your baby. Don't go back and get a charger. Don't go back and get a water bottle. Don't go back to get nothing. It says flee. It says get out of their communities. Get out of their neighborhoods. Get away from these devils because they're going to kill you. You understand? That's what it says is going to happen. So you have to get out of the suburbs and get into the inner cities where your people is, because we're going to unite with our people, because they're going to come against you. And if you want any chance of survival, you must get out of their communities because they're not going to have any food. And not on top of that, their minds have been shattered. The ideology of this reality has been exposed, and they're devils now. So now they trying to gain control, and they have to eliminate you. So their true colors going to show, and they have to eliminate you. And it says flee, because they're going to kill you. They're not going to spare you. It's going to be obvious now that they hate you, and they're going to show you by killing you and eating you and doing all these things to survive and show you how much they hated you and showing you now that they don't like you. You see? Now, ain't nothing you can do to convince them. You see? Because if your world was shattered, and then on top of your world being shattered, you have no food, boy, you gonna survive by all means. And you find that you're on your way out, you ain't got nothing to lose. So you ain't never seen them in this avenue. So that's why I said flee. And we're gonna go into the inner. Our people are already in the inner cities. That's where we are now. And we're gonna prepare to rise up as a great army, because we're gonna fight, and we're gonna have food from the God. The God gonna give us. We're gonna have food that's gonna come from heaven. The God gonna supply us food from heaven. He gonna supply us manna from heaven, which is food. We're going to get food from Master Farah Muhammad, the Almighty God. of our time that's got everything under his control. And we're gonna have food, which is gonna be another issue. But our people, we're gonna gather together, we're gonna unite, we're gonna separate the demons out, we're gonna have this food, and we're gonna give you the needed information to protect yourself, which is the 5 mathematical pillars, give you your superior mind, which will eliminate the devil's reality, which will give you the ability to escape the devil's reality, which will higher your level of thinking, which will help you escape this reality. During the tribulations, you're going to need this information to escape the devil's reality, or else you're going to be burnt up as well with these devils and suffer the same punishment as them if you don't escape this reality. So this is the importance of telling our people this message, telling them that they're in danger, telling them that their lives are on the line, that they must flee, that they must get the hell out of there, they must get away from these devils, that they must unite and they must gather up with their people, because it's to a point where they're not going to be doing any faking. And you either have to, if you participate and associate with these people, you're going to suffer in their crimes, and you're going to become you're going to become eaten. You'll become food. You'll become bait. You see? You're gonna become. These people aren't gonna be playing with you, brothers and sisters. It's a serious time, and your life is on the line. Your family's life's on the line. You're gonna end up in the kitchen. You're gonna end up on the dinner table, and these people are not going to be playing with you. And this is not a game. You see? It's not something I'm doing. I'm up here doing for fun. It's because your life is in danger. It said, my people are lost from the lack of knowledge. The lack of knowledge of what? That when false Israel goes under siege, they must get the hell out of there if they want a chance of living. That once false Israel is destroyed, these devils are exposed as being people who terrorize God's people. And they was wicked, evil. And now they realize what's going on. And now it's a famine. And now you're 3/5 of a human. And now you're food. You see? So our people must know this. And the only way to survive is complete separation and getting this, understanding this message, and start to upload this information. Get the 7 churches in the 7 thunders book, which is the information you're going to need to get out of the tribulations. You see, so you won't be flooded, because this reality is about to be flooded. It's about to be uninhabitable. It's going to be uninhabitable. It's going to be nuked. This place is about to be rocked, never to be a nation again. And you need to get the hell out of here to survive. And you need this information to get out of this reality, or you're going to be stuck here and destroyed as well. This is the information to the hereafter. We're going home. It's time to go home, but we must go through the purification process. The Levites, not the elect, because they weren't deceived. They had no blemish. They couldn't be deceived, you see. But Farrakhan deceived our people, like I explained. And now we have to go through tribulation to do a makeup test. And have to go back to save our people because they didn't ever get the message. So we have to save as many of our people's lives as possible, or that blood is going to be on your hands. You're going to be responsible. And that comes with more consequence. You see? So we must go back into the purification to be purified. We must go back into this tribulations, which is the purification process, to purify you up to 100%, because you must return home 100%. You must be 100%. So whatever you are, you must get. So if you're 80, you must get 20% to be 100. You must 70-30. You understand what I'm saying? 60-40, 50-50. If wherever you are, that's what you need to be. That's where you need to be. And if you don't, then hey, that's what we need. It's a requirement to go home. And if you want to be successful, you want to be 100%. You want to be sure that's where you are, because the next reality is going to be tougher than this one. So you must have your right mind back. You must go back with the ability to see, understand these things. You must have understanding of the time and your enemies and who you are and pressure and mathematics. You understand? Like, you must understand these books. It's going to bring you up to speed to the next reality. And we got to give our people this mind. We got to protect our people. We have to do unto them what was done to us. That's the will of Allah. Before you leave, we must do to them what they did to you. They caged and used our children as gator bait. Now we're gonna use their children. We're gonna cage and bash their children's heads into the ground, just like they bashed our children's head into the ground. You see? So this is the information you need that's gonna prepare you for this time to get you out of here, because these are qualifications to get the hell out of here. So it's nothing that it's not something that because somebody hates you. It's not because of I'm being punished. No, it's because this is the purification process that you have to go through. It's gonna give you back your right mind and prepare you. You're gonna have to. These are things that you have to do to restore your nation, restore and honor your woman who has been relentlessly raped by the devil and made to produce their demon children and being treated the worst in the world. And now you have to restore her honor. And these are things you have to do because, God damn it, if you don't, no one's ever going to take you serious, and no one's ever going to respect you, not even your women. And if you don't, and if you don't respect your women, if you don't honor your women, then you don't deserve them. You see, if you don't do this, you're a damn fool. You might as well just roll over and go and die. If you're gonna do that, because it means you're worthless. You don't even protect your own mother, your wife, your daughter, your grandmother, your aunties. You don't protect your women. You don't deserve them. You see. So now we have to make that staple. We have to make that. We have to be the ones to do it. Can't allow somebody else to do it. You got to do it. You see. So we're going to wars, brothers. But sisters, your way is paved with gold because you kept our nation alive. So nothing to worry about, sisters. You and the children are getting out of here with the elect. You're on your way out. Your way is paved with gold. You've done a fantastic job, sisters. Thank you. They said it was from the blood of Jesus and Jesus Christ. It wasn't for Jesus. It wasn't about no damn Jesus Christ. It was a black woman who saved our nation. She kept us alive and she did her job 100%. And we didn't keep our end of the bargain. And now it's time to do what we said we would do, which is restore and honor her name and put her back at the pedestal, at the top of the pedestal where she belonged, never to be touched again. So now that's where we are. And any sisters that want to go home, you get with those sisters and they'll tell you what all you need to know to make sure you be successful in getting you and the children home. So with that being said, brothers, suit up and boot up because we got work to do. Assalamu alaikum.